Hello, Gazelles. Hello, Lachie.
Hello, Gazelles. Hello, Harvey.
Hello, Joel.
Hello, Joel.
Hello. How's it going?
We're very well.
It's good to be here.
Excited. Rugby league season is around the corner. We've had team lists drop and there's been bombshell news. If you haven't heard of it already, it's going to be breaking news. But I'm sure you've heard of it already. But we're going to play a game first, aren't we? Before we dive into all of that stuff.
But the game we're playing relates to the bombshell news.
Oh, it does. That's true.
Payne Haas. We'll have an NRL segment, but we might as well.
Drop the bombshell
Everyone
now.
knows that Payne Haas is heading to South Sydney.
Yes, if he gets
Next year.
through the cool down period.
The cooling off period.
Cooling off period.
Yeah.
Contract is lodged. But we're going to play a game of Sparts. And for the first time ever on the podcast, we're going to go head-to-head, Lachie and I.
Yes.
We're both going to be trying to get to zero as quick as possible. We've got Joel with the mic over in the corner keeping track of all the scores.
This is the very exciting thing about having a producer on the potty is that we can go head-to-head in Sparts.
Yeah, absolutely.
So and my usual strategy is take as long as possible, nip away, get to zero slowly. I can't do that today because I know your style.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going aggressive.
Hard and fast.
That's right. That's right. And I think it's going to be important who starts first, who gets the first throw at the board.
Yes.
And Joel, you've got something prepared for us.
Yeah, I have. I've got a temporary mic set up here as well, which no one will be able to see, but hopefully you can hear me. I've got a number between 1 and 20.
Yeah, 1 and 20.
1 and 20, closest to it can start. I've got it on a piece of paper
Okay,
here
it's
as well,
written
just to
down.
prove
No
that it's
cheating.
all legit.
Okay, between 1 and 20.
1 and 20.
All right. Lockie's got the giggles. I'm going to go first. I'm going to say 5.
Okay, I'll go 6.
Well, Lachie, you can start because the number was 13.
Okay.
Oi.
There you
See,
go.
before I decided to dog shot it and go 6, I was going to say 15, so I would have got it anyway.
Sure.
Let's just have that cleared.
Okay.
Okay, so do we say what our category is?
Yeah, I think we touched on it, but let's make it clear. It's
Yeah.
Broncos and Rabbitohs caps. So anybody who's played for one or both of those clubs, the amount of appearances that they've made will be subtracted. We're going to start from 301.
Yeah.
Got to get to 0. Don't go bust.
Okay.
If you go bust, it's just immediate loss. Like, you hand it over to the other team, right?
Yeah, bust is loss.
But in this format where we're going head to head, so you get it in 4, and I've only had 3 darts. I get a 4th go to see if I can tie you, right?
Okay, that works for me.
All right. Happy
Okay.
days.
Let's go with, I was about to say Darren Lockyer. That would have been a shocking choice. He's played over 300 games, starting at 301. Let's go for, who else? There's a few shocking choices that are coming to my head right now. You know what? The man of the moment. Let's go Payne Haas.
Okay. Okay. No appearances for the Rabbitohs yet, but a stack for the Broncos.
Payne Haas, he's 142.
Nice.
142. Okay.
Nice.
So what does that put me on? Sorry that I've got the giggles. It's just because we've got Joel with this like temporary mic set up. It's like a handheld mic. You've wedged it between 2 headphones. But we've got a perfectly, we only just realised we've got a perfectly good like stand-up mic stand
With a mic. That's working.
over here.
Just-
but no.
No dramas.
Yeah, just Joel bending
We just make it
down.
work here, though.
That puts you on 159.
Okay.
All
You
right.
know, Kiwi ingenuity, that's what's going
It
on.
is.
Going on over here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a safe guess. I'm going to go with Ben Hunt, please. Ben Hunt.
Ben Hunt.
Obviously, he's a 300 gamer,
But
but
we're only talking about his Broncos.
yeah, only his Broncos
appearances.
caps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
So the time at the Dragons doesn't count.
All right, so he played 187, then 21. So
Oh yeah,
that
he's back.
is
Yeah.
What's that? 200 and
208. So that means you are on 93.
93. We'll take
plays
it.
159.
Wow. I'm in striking distance, Lock. No pressure.
Oh, it's actually hard to think of 100 like players that have played less than 200. I'm only thinking of like the big players, you know, like Cody Walker's coming to my mind, but I shouldn't go Cody Walker. Let's go, and I obviously wouldn't do Alex Johnson. These are the players that are coming to my mind. I can't get him out of my head. Let's do. Am I about to screw myself up here? I'm going to go for it.
All right.
Keon Kaloamatangi.
That's a big...
Is that a bad... Was that
I mean, you're going for it. You're not playing it safe with Kaloamatangi.
Oh, I'm panicking. I'm panicking.
Wow.
Am I buzzed?
You've got 159 to work with, and he has played 126 games.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Very good.
I was nervous.
Yeah.
I was like
33 that leaves you with.
33.
Okay.
93 is your number.
93.
Okay, I'm on 33. I'm on 93.
I'm going to go for Mamazelis. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mamazelis? Peter Mamazelis?
That's the one. He's obviously not been starting for that long, but I think he's had a decent chunk off the bench. Hopefully not bust.
He's played 40 games, so you got 53 to go.
Okay,
33
all right.
plays 53.
It's close.
33 plays 53. This is where I start to fall apart. This is ooh. Someone like Jesse Arthurs is coming to my mind, but I feel like maybe he's played more than 33.
I don't know, mate.
He probably has. I'm not going to go Jesse Arthurs.
Okay, how safe are you going to go though? Which side of the are you going for? Are you going for the win?
Kind of.
Yeah, right.
Kind of am. Let's go. Oh, what's the name of the Broncos hooker? Not Ben Hunt, the other one that's been playing.
They've got about 4 other ones.
Who, Billy Walters.
I wasn't even thinking of Billy Walters, but I'm going to go Billy Walters.
Billy Walters. Yeah.
He's only been in the Broncos for what, a year? No, 2 years. I fucked it.
I don't know.
Oh, I think I've actually screwed it. But he wouldn't have played every match.
Could be perfect.
Wait, are you locking in Billy Walters?
Yeah, I'll lock him in.
Well, he's been at the club since 2022, and he's played 97 games.
97?
Oh, God. He was there when Kevy was there.
Minus 64. Yeah, he has been there for a while.
Oh, shit. In my head, he was at the Tigers a
Who was
couple
the
of
other
years
hooker
ago.
you were thinking of?
Who?
What do you think,
Who
Corey
was the other
Pakes?
hooker you were thinking
Maybe it was Pakes I was thinking of. What if I had said Pakes, what would I have been on?
I'll tell you.
Oh, God, that's an absolute nightmare. I pulled a Harvey.
67 games, Corey Pakes.
Oh, so I would have been done
Gone
anyway.
anyway.
Okay, well, by the same logic that if I'd won, you would get
Yeah.
a shot, you just now have to name someone.
Yeah, okay.
And you can't go bust.
I've got 53, right? 53 to work
Yep,
with.
correct.
My genuine guess was answer was going to be Tallis Duncan.
Yeah, I reckon you're safe there.
I reckon.
Basically,
he's
as long as you
40
don't go
odd.
bust.
Oh,
Ooh.
If we both bust, it's a shocking.
Yeah, what
game
happens
as
if we both
Sparts.
go bust?
Then we're going nearest the ball.
Yeah.
Surely not.
ooh.
53?
Wow.
Yeah?
Dallas Duncan, 51 games.
Oh, it's
beautiful.
good. That's good.
2
Well,
left.
closest to.
Yeah.
Can you name someone that's played 2 games?
Uh,
2 single cappers?
Yeah, either way you win, this is like your
The-
chance at a golden
Yeah.
victory.
I think he's played more than 2. Bentley Harpe? Is that how you say it? The winger for the Rabbitohs?
Yeah. Bentley Harpe Hope. Or
Yeah, I'm not sure. And he's got a double barrel. I don't even know if Bentley's his first name or if that's part of his last name, to be honest. No offense, but I like what I've seen of you in first grade.
Bailey Bentley Harpe.
That's the one. Bailey Bentley Harpe has played 2 games, right?
How many games has he played? Bailey Bentley.
He's played 9 games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
okay.
okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, either way you won
I'll take
because
the win.
I went bust. Well done. Harvey, it's that time of the year where we start kicking off the episode with NRL chat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just because, trials for most of the teams are starting this weekend. It's
Yeah.
not just because it's hit February
Yeah.
and it's
All
that
Stars this weekend.
Indigenous and Maori All-Stars as well. But we had our first bombshell news in the NRL world of 2026.
That's right. That's right. Similar to last year, where we had a string of major moves in the early part of the year.
Yeah, but that was once the season had started.
That's
even.
true. That's true. This time we get gifted a bombshell in pre-season. Payne Haas leaving the Broncos, the reigning premiers, where you feel like they were on the verge of building a dynasty and a team that could go and contend for years to come. They sort of have the succession plan already in place in the halves, with Reynolds obviously announcing his retirement this week as well, and Jonah Pezzett making his way up there after a year with the Eels. But those plans seem like they've gone out the window. Payne Haas is leaving the ship.
Seemingly. And Adam Reynolds has announced his retirement at the end of the year, which I think would have been expected anyway.
I think so. I think with the Peasant going up there, it makes sense, right?
It does.
But it's amazing. I mean, there's been lots of coverage on it. Like, we're not going to say anything too unique here, obviously.
Yeah.
But the fact that there were no real leaks or spoilers, like rumours, things are very hard to keep under wraps in rugby league. It's a small world. People talk. The fact that it all sort of came out at once. And then some of the information that's come out since that, the Broncos maybe lowballed him initially and are now trying to make amends with a mega offer.
Well, that's my question.
Yeah. What's your question?
Will we exist in a world where in rugby league there's cooling off periods? Is Payne Haas actually going to be going to South Sydney in 2027?
Yes. I believe so. If you're asking, like, has he made this move to try and get a bigger payday from the Broncos? Is that the line you're sort of thinking?
I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm saying that I reckon that, he's done that. He's gone to South, whatever. But I'm just saying Broncos, then suddenly Adam Reynolds announces his retirement. Maybe there was a tap on the shoulder like you've got to announce that now so that there's the cap space freed up. And Broncos, obviously, they've still got this deadline period to work with. I
think he's hardest set on the Rabbitohs. I was listening to Bloke earlier in the week as well, and they were Matty the Waterboy doing some research. Like, his dad's a big Rabbitohs fan. He was in talks to go to the Rabbitohs before he ended up at the Broncos back when he was a teenager. And
Payne Haas's dad is a big Rabbitohs fan. I thought you were saying that Matty the Waterboy's dad is a big Rabbitohs. I was like, Matty is as well.
Yeah,
okay.
No, Payne Haas. So there are ties there to the club. It's not a shock move in terms of. I don't think every club was on even footing. He didn't go to the open market, I don't think. Although I'm sure agents would have been in conversation and talking about it. So I think there's more than just, they were offering him a bigger contract in the move to the Rabbitohs. And I don't think he'll turn his back on the deal that he signed. I think the Broncos have made a mess of it. And I think if they're not or weren't prioritising re-signing him on a long-term deal when he is the standout best front rower in the game, is a unicorn in what he can do with the ball defensively over long periods of time. It just doesn't make sense why he wasn't being given anything he wanted at the Broncos.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. They've just come off the premiership. He's been such a huge part of it.
Yeah.
He's still, relatively young. If anything, he's coming into his prime as a front rower, and he's already been so, like you said, such a unicorn.
100%.
You got to wonder. It's just crazy, especially the fact that nothing came out about it. Like, usually there'd be talks that, like, Payne Haas is unhappy at the Broncos or whatever, wants out.
Yeah.
For a move from, one of the biggest clubs in the game to one of the other biggest clubs that are in different states.
Yeah.
It's amazing that no journo caught wind before Penn was on paper.
And that's why I don't think he went to the open market, right? Like, I think Bennett got in his ear, or there
it's
would have been
definitely a very conscious choice to go.
Absolutely.
Let's talk to the Rabbitohs,
because there would be clubs, even somebody like the Bears. If it was just about the money, like, there would be clubs offering him more than the 1.2 that he's supposedly on with the Rabbitohs. It's also reported that he's got clauses in there that allows him to get out to R360 or rugby union or something down the line that apparently the Broncos aren't that keen on. Fair enough, but you've also just lost a star player who's once in a generation.
Yeah.
And suddenly for the Rabbitohs, who have been struggling in recent years, mostly due to their injury record, than not being able to sort of put together a decent roster. They just haven't been able to put together a decent side most weeks because they've all been at the physio table. They look like premiership contenders from 27 onwards. They do. It's a funny looking roster because they have all the pieces sort of around the spine. And no disrespect to those spine players, but Cody Walker is likely not to be there. Maybe he'll go for one more year. Brandon Smith is obviously the 9 with Mamazelis. They're sort of going to share duties there. Bud Sullivan, Jamie Humphreys is the halfback.
Jai Gray is the fullback, it seems now.
Absolutely. And they're all guns, but when you compare the big names in their side are suddenly their two centres in Whiten and Latrell. David Fafita's there, of course.
Yeah, Whiten could make a shift to 5'8" next year if Cody Walker hangs
possibly,
up the boots.
Possibly. Absolutely. I mean, I think that gets Campbell Graham back into his best position at centre if he moves to the wing this year.
Yeah.
But suddenly they've got all these pieces, and it's amazing what Bennett's going to be able to do to get them into that premiership window.
Yeah.
There's something, a crazy stat I saw the other day on Triple M that 22 out of the 30 players are off contract for 2027. So, like, they've signed Payne Haas. He's one of the 8 players that they have on contract.
Really?
Wow.
At the Rabbitohs?
At the Rabbitohs. And then it's something
Whoa,
like...
I didn't realise there was that big a turnover there.
Yeah, so there's like something is going to have to give because obviously this was a quick decision to get Payne Haas.
Yeah.
And you make the decision because he's a once-in-a-generational player.
100%.
But it sounds like people like Cheese is on 600K. I think Dave Fafita's on big money. Cam Murray's on $1 million. There's like... they have about 8 players taking up half their salary cap at the moment as well. So they're probably going to have to lose some players. Jai Arrow, he's on big dollars as well. So like, I feel like they're bringing in Payne Haas, but they're going to have to lose some players.
Absolutely. Well, Kalamatangi's on the way out. He's the one that's gone already. And as you say, there's probably more that are likely to follow out the door. But Bennett's got his hands on a rebuild and plenty of salary cap to play with. He'll keep the players that he wants at the club. Almost like no excuses for Bennett, right? Like in the
and
years,
also all these dramatic changes and sort of long-term visions from Bennett is interesting as well because I feel like we're all here going, all right, when's Bennett's last year going to be? This year, next year, the one after? But he's going, no, I'm here for the next decade.
I think he's certainly got the next few years planned ahead of him with the Rabbitohs, which is interesting as well because obviously there's lots of talk around the NRL wanting him to take over PNG and help set that up, which looks unlikely.
Work. Yeah.
Because it's not unheard of for players to have clauses in their contract that say if the coach leaves, I'm able to talk elsewhere as well.
Yeah.
I imagine that Bennett's one of those with a playing roster full of those clauses.
Yeah.
So it's certainly a shocking signing. And I was trying to have a little think through the week of what other moves could happen that would be equally or more shocking in the NRL. And I think there's only 2 players that could leave their club that would make as big a shock.
Nathan Cleary
to leave Penrith, and I reckon Reece Walsh to leave the Broncos. I think he's now, well, he's had time at the Warriors and stuff, but he's now Queensland's hero. He's at home there. I don't think he'll go to a Queensland rival, and I don't think he'll leave them. But literally any other player was to announce that they were leaving. Like, I think the DCE move away from Manly is something that's close, but I don't think it's got as much shock to it as Haas leaving.
And if Cameron Munster went somewhere, it wouldn't be that shocking because he always gets linked with different places.
He does. And yeah, I wouldn't be... I'd be surprised, but I wouldn't be as shocked as I was with the Haas move.
Yeah. The only thing that makes it not as shocking is the talks or whether they were happening or not, but the reported talks of him with R360 last year.
True.
So it was clearly was clearly happy to explore his options. But yeah, I just didn't see it being with an NRL rival. I thought, honestly, with R360 being postponed, that it was just like, all right, sweet. Looks like Haas is a Bronco for life.
Absolutely. And what do you think it means for the Broncos this year with obviously knowing that Haas is going to be moving on at the end of the year, Reynolds as well with his last year? Does this bring the group closer together or does it put some division in amongst the ranks?
Well, it's hard to say. Like, yeah, it sounds like all the players were really shocked to hear. Even the Broncos coaching staff sounds like it all came as a shock, and only that anyone knew about it after the contract was signed. So there's got to be a little bit of something there. Like, there might be guys that thought they were closer and who thought, you can tell me that sort of stuff.
The one other thing actually that does,
like Paddy Carrigan,
the Bash Bros,
the Bash Bros.
But he is a New South Welshman. Like, he's all like, he didn't come through the ranks with these guys. He didn't play junior footy with a lot of the Broncos community junior pathways. Like, he's obviously been at the club a long time, but he's a New South Welshman.
Yeah.
So returning to New South Wales feels right, even if it is a massive shock. But I cannot wait to see him line up in 2027. Mixes it up a bit, and I'm glad we haven't lost him to R360 yet.
Yep. I hope that we get to the end of the cooling off period and it is all confirmed. I just think, we've seen big backflips happen before. Speaking of DCE, the Titans, James Tedesco, the Raiders. What a world we'd be living in.
I think this would be the biggest backflip of all.
This would be. This would be. So I hope for South Sydney's sake that Haas sticks to his word and that the Broncos don't put up an offer that's able to match it. And, they probably will put up an offer that can match it, but I hope
think
that
they'll
he sticks with
exceed it, but I think he'll see it through.
Okay. Some other stuff in NRL world I want to touch on. This is an exciting one for Joel, actually. State of Origin coming to New Zealand in 2027. That's how do we feel?
Game 2?
Probably game 2. It'd be game 2, wouldn't it?
Game 2, yeah, correct.
How do you feel as a New Zealander?
It's awesome. It is awesome. I was talking to a podcast over in New Zealand last week who I used to work with, and they were saying, what's the vibe with Australians? And I've seen a few people on social media come out and say, like, keep it in New South Wales and Queensland. Like, what's the point? But wouldn't you rather go to somewhere like Auckland, New Zealand, where there's such a big interest and fan base for rugby league? And a lot of the people over there already watch Origin as it is, rather than just go to like Dubai or something where even Vegas.
Even Adelaide, to be fair.
Even Adelaide.
Like New Zealand's
Perth.
a better spot for Origin than Adelaide.
I'd almost go as far, obviously the MCG and stuff, but I'd say that there'd be more people, I don't know, this could be an outrageous claim, but I feel like more people in Auckland rather than Melbourne would have interest in the state of Origin as well.
It'd be at least close.
It would be close, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But it's going to be awesome, and I think the only thing is going to be what time they have it, because they've proposed it for 9:30 p.m. New Zealand time, which would be 7:30 Australian time, just because of the they don't want to lose the
the
news
broadcast
on Channel 9.
deal, yeah.
But it would be a once in a lifetime opportunity for 55,000 New Zealanders to go to an Origin game. So I think it'd be great. And,
Is it at Eden Park?
Eden Park, yeah. Which has had big, it's traditionally a rugby stadium, but it's had massive rugby league games there before and stuff. So, yeah, like the growing interest for rugby league in New Zealand, particularly Auckland, is just massive at the moment. So, I think there was a $5 million deal. So the NRL and the Australian Rugby League Commission are always happy to make money and grow the game. So, yeah.
They're cashing in. I, as you say, the rugby league's growing in New Zealand. I think, I hope that we get a second side over there in the NRL, make up that round 20 that Volandis is after. But I don't think we're a million miles away from getting an Origin in Dubai or somewhere further afield than New Zealand and Australia.
Oh, if Volandis has his way, there'll be an Origin in Vegas. There'll be in,
Well, I think so. And I think this is going to be part of a big restructure of when it happens, because midweek, traveling that far, to the Middle East or to America or something is, very challenging.
Yeah. I'm hearing word even this New Zealand one, it could be on Sunday.
That would make a lot more sense in terms of scheduling, but I'm pretty sure, I was reading the article they put out on the Daily Telegraph last week, and it said that it looks like Abdo locked in the 7:30 p.m. start.
Okay.
It is over a year to go.
Yeah,
things
change.
can change, but I think, probably just for the scheduling, like Wednesday night is when they ideally need to have it. Because there'll be teams playing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
my question with games going outside of New South Wales and Queensland is, which game is it? Like, it always is game 2, but it feels like you can win and lose the state of origin outside of one of the home states.
Yeah.
But the other way around doesn't quite work either, because you don't want the opening game. Maybe, but
maybe.
I don't know.
Well, we're doing opening round in Las Vegas in the
state
NRL.
of origin
so
is different, right? Because
opening game, and then it's
you can't have a decider. You can't have game 3.
No.
Well, you could if it was a dead rubber.
But they don't know what it's going to be.
Exactly. Exactly. Very tricky.
Okay.
But that is exciting stuff.
It is exciting stuff.
State of origin. We're talking about it already.
There's all these things coming out. This is why this week feels different. It really feels like an NRL week, because Craig Bellamy's also been announced staying with the Storm till the end of 2028.
Yeah.
That's, it felt like he was doing 1 year at a time. Then bang. 2 more years beyond this year, just like that.
He's clearly got the hunger. I mean, he's missed out on a premiership is he on his biggest premiership drought at the moment?
So when they last
nearly
win,
5 years.
2020. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
he wants to go out on a high, and he's probably been saying that.
If you count the salary cap years as premierships, then
he hasn't had that feeling, that winning feeling, right?
Yeah.
Huge for the Storm, Bellamy, the playing group. They love to keep him around. It keeps their players happy. Munster, you imagine he might be more likely to see out his career there, knowing that the head coach is tied down. Their relationship is tight. Just makes them a threat for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
When are they going to go into a rebuild phase?
They don't do rebuilds, but
they must when he goes eventually. Like, you can't have somebody come in and just carry on where he left off, unless, and this is probably what's going to happen, and it's going to be a massive success. It's Cam Smith or Billy Slater that comes in, is an assistant for a year or two.
Yeah, well, Cam Smith's starting to sort of get his runs on the board up at the Broncos. He's done a bit of coaching there. Mm-hmm. Billy Slater, maybe he'll be more ready for it.
Yeah, well, he's been cutting his teeth at Origin level. It's exciting. It's exciting. The other thing on this weekend, apart from all the trials, is obviously the All-Star game.
Yes.
Maori versus Indigenous.
Yeah.
It's massively exciting. It's always a huge spectacle. There's a bit of chat this year around, is it in the right place in the calendar? Because it's hard with the rugby league calendar, with how many games they have in a regular season, Origin squeezed in. Where's the best spot for it?
I personally still reckon it's working. I personally still reckon this is it. This is a good spot for it. I like it as a thing. It's not, you don't, obviously some of these players, it feels very much like a choice, like they don't have to take themselves out of pre-season or whatever, but the choice is very much within wanting to represent their culture. There's still enough fire and stuff there that they want to do that. It's not like if you choose to not represent Australia and suddenly the media is hounding you for not wanting to.
Absolutely. But it would be nice, and I don't have a solution, but it would be nice if it didn't feel like it was a choice. Like, you didn't feel like you had to compromise some of your pre-season, if that's what it is like. I'm not a professional athlete, but I know with the NRL's plans to send more teams overseas for that opening round, it makes it harder for them to have that smooth pre-season to get their fitness up and running. So maybe it is in the perfect spot. It's a very exciting event nonetheless. But I wish that we saw the best that these two cultures have to offer on the field. And whilst every player picked deserves their spot and represents their team with pride, there are players that are missing, but potentially due to it being the wrong spot of the year.
Do you want to do some quick tips?
Sure.
On both the women's and the men's.
Yep.
I'll go first.
All right.
In the women's, I reckon the Māori get up.
Same.
They've got Racine McGregor and Zahara Tamara there in the halves. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be too good.
Yeah, 100%. Jasmine Strange as well there in the back row. Kennedy Charrington. Lethal. But it'll be close.
It will be. In the men's, I've got the Indigenous boys. I think once again the halves is such a thing in these sorts of games. And Nico Hines and Braden Trindle, they've got the club combo.
That's true. And then they've got Jamal there. Fogarty.
Jamal Fogarty on the bench.
On the bench.
Jaden Campbell
Utility.
on the bench.
That's what we've signed for at Manly.
Yeah.
Joey Walsh starting halfback. No. I think that they'll be too good, right? Nico and Trindle with the limited run into the game, right? And time spent on the pitch together. Those combinations are important.
Yeah.
I think their Sharks boys should be able to steal into victory, but it'll be mighty enjoyable, that's for sure.
It will.
Lachie, one thing that I've been very excited for is lots of the new players that have moved team. We've obviously spoken about Payne Haas already for 2027, but in 2026, there's plenty of new players who are going to be representing a new club as well. And there's a long list of them, to be honest. And then I thought, how can I bring this up? How can we touch base on a bunch of them? I know there's still a while in pre-season yet to go. We'll see some of them playing for their new club this year this weekend in the trial games. But what I've done is I've made a team of the off-season of players who are representing their new clubs.
Love it.
So players who have made a transfer, changed clubs between the end of 2025 2026. At fullback, I've got Selwyn Cobbo, obviously going to the Dolphins. Outside backs, we've got Khan Piera, Brian Kelly, Grant Anderson, and Tommy Talau.
Oh, yeah.
All moving. Excitement there. In the halves, Dylan Brown and Daly Cherry Evans.
Strong
Guns there. I mean, a few more halves on the bench as well. The bench is a bit of a tricky makeup. Front row partnership of Leo Thompson and Josh Kerr. Reece Robson, starting number 9.
Nice.
Kai Pearce-Paul,
Yeah.
Tiger Boy.
Yeah.
Along with David Fafita in the second row and Kobe Hetherington at lock.
Nice.
Bench of
We got a
Reid
full
Marnie. Bench.
Is it a 4-man or a 6-man bench?
It's a 4-man bench.
Okay,
But I'm happy to
traditional.
add 2 more if I've missed
Traditional.
anyone. I haven't even gone the 18th man. I'm behind. Reid Marnie there. Jamal Fogarty as a utility like he is this weekend for the All-Stars. Jack DeBellin and Jonah Pezzett. Another half.
Oh,
moving
my
up.
goodness.
It's plenty of halves. We've spoken about that before in the merry-go-round. Anybody from that list or otherwise that you're particularly excited to see in their new colours?
I'm intrigued to see Jonah Pezzett because it's going to sort of be his first full year of first grade. And he's kind of like the whole way it was treated. It's like this marquee signing, but he's always just been sort of, and everyone assumes that always like the utility Mr. Fix-It guy out of Melbourne's just going to come and be able to,
I think
play
he's-
week in, week out first grade.
It's true. Leaving the Melbourne system's always tough. I feel like he's more of an out-and-out half than other utilities that we've seen at the Storm in years gone by. But it's a big step up for him to deliver every week.
Yeah.
It's huge.
A lot of pressure.
But he's playing outside Moses. He's coming into almost a Storm-like system with Riles there and what he's building at the Eels. And I don't know, is there freedom in knowing that this isn't your long-term home? Like, is he there knowing that he doesn't have to make an immediate impact to win over the fan base? Because he's just there to get as much out of the year as he can.
But
so then he hits the ground running with the Broncos.
There is also the kind of pressure of the short time frame because it doesn't even feel like you can't even like, it doesn't even feel like you can spend half the year learning and then like off the back of this learning I'll repay you when I'm an established player in 2027. It's like the Parramatta fans only have this year.
It's true. It's a weird one for Parramatta fans. I'm sure they'll get around him, but if he loses form 10 games into the year, like likely he'll be dropped and they probably won't see him again. They won't want to see him back in the side because he's not there committed long term, right? But I think he is the best option for Parramatta in that half position next to Moses. Obviously, Dylan Brown, big boots to fill. But with Riles, I like the going out and just getting somebody that seems like they're ready to play now, right? There are plenty of youngsters at the Eels that could, fill the void, but they've gone with somebody with a bit more experience. So yeah, it's an intriguing one, that's for sure.
The other one I'm curious about is Daly Cherry Evans, just because it's just going to be so weird to see him in a Roosters
It will be
jersey.
weird, but I just think he'll smash it, to be honest. I think the Roosters are going to be so good this year. I hate to say it. It is with I'm saying that with my head, not my heart.
Yeah.
But I just think alongside Sam Walker, why would they not be incredible? They've got Reece Robson joining as well. Connor Watson can play that impact small forward.
There is a lot of
cover
like
dummy half.
Yeah, I feel like
Tedesco's not getting any worse.
there is a lot of Roosters like all eggs in the 2026 basket to win the comp because Angus Crichton will be moving on.
Nwangani Tuase.
Exactly.
He's gone as well. But they're all in. They're premiership winners already in that side. And apart from a massive injury crisis, I don't see what's going to stop them from being contenders.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look threatening. So I hate to see it, but I think they'll be good. Lachie, the Winter Olympics are here just to fill that void between cricket, tennis, rugby league. It's perfect.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. I know these are all different bodies and organizations that are scheduling, but they've really done a treat. You really don't really have to go looking for anything.
No, it's so good. And the timing's not too bad. Early mornings, evenings.
Yeah, the evenings are good. Chucking on the evenings, great.
Absolutely. Have you been tuning into anything?
The Winter Olympics? Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm loving just your classics like the skiing, the snowboarding. I find curling completely ridiculous. With
I
the
do, but I get mesmerised by it a little bit. Not the actual score or what ends up happening to but the focus when they launch.
Yeah, launch.
The launch is the most interesting
I love the
bit.
launch. I just don't understand the brushing because, like, what's the point? Like, they should just launch it and try and see if they can just, based on the launch, get it there like they do in lawn bowls and bocce.
I think the scrubbing helps curve it in, right?
Yeah, but shouldn't just try and do it with the launch.
But I don't think you can curve because you're sliding on ice, right? I don't think you can curve. It's not like a 10-pin bowling ball that you
Yeah.
put spin on it.
Yeah, but maybe they should design.
There should be 10-pin
I just think
bowlings on ice.
I don't mind the idea of trying to get it in the middle of the target, but
Yeah.
the brushing is all just weird. I'll tell you one more sport I'm getting into.
Yes, please.
Figure skating.
Okay.
Specifically ice dance, which
Yes.
is one of the pairs events in the figure skating.
I thought all figure skating was ice dance.
There's
sort of
different
thing.
things. So there's like regular figure skating, which is just like doing tricks and stuff.
Oh,
That's a bit more
okay.
like gymnastics.
Right.
But then there's ice dance, which is a bit more like ballroom dancing on ice.
Okay.
They still do tricks and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's less like, look how many spins I can do.
Yes.
And more like, it's a bit more,
Showmany.
It's a bit more showmany.
Showmany? Yeah.
yeah. There's a Netflix doco called Glitter and Gold,
Yeah.
which is like Drive to Survive, but for ice dance.
I tell you what, Drive to Survive has revolutionized the way that we can access sports.
Like, I
it's a
wouldn't-
template that works for everything.
Literally, because now I'm like, oh my God, there's Team America, there's Team Canada, there's Team France.
So have
and
you been enjoying, what is it? Glitter and Gold? Is it?
Glitter and Gold is the doco.
Yeah. Have you
There's
been
only
watching
3
it?
episodes, but it's just about the lead up to the Winter Olympics.
Amazing.
And it's great. You get to know the people,
Yeah.
and now I'm enjoying the sport because I
Fantastic.
know them.
You know them. That always helps.
Yeah.
Something that stood out for me from the opening ceremony is a Tongan athlete called Peter Tafua Tufua. Apologies if I butchered your name there.
Yep.
He is currently representing Tonga in the cross-country skiing at the Winter Olympics. But he has also represented Tonga in the Summer Olympics in Taekwondo and canoe.
Wow.
He is a multi-athlete,
Multidiscipline.
multidiscipline. I believe he's been the flag bearer at both, and I have not been able to find another athlete from anywhere that's been able to represent their country at both summer and winter
Yeah.
Olympic Games. I mean, you'd think about he's got half the time to prepare because they're sort of every 2 years, right? The
Yeah.
Olympics are spread, and all the canoeists and all the taekwondoers have 4 years in between to prep.
Yeah.
And all the cross-country skiers have 4 years. But he goes from summer to winter in 2-year batches.
That's
And
amazing.
works his way through both.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to him. These
Oh.
are the things that you love about the Winter Games.
That's it.
Any-
I love that. I love that because it always feels so separate.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
does.
it feels like the summer game. Yeah, like we've said, the summer games. It's like all these things that to us as Australians feel familiar. The running, the swimming.
Well, they feel accessible. right?
Accessible.
Like running and swimming, you can do. Most people have access to, particularly in Australia. We live on the coast and get to the beach and swim. Everybody can run. Like
Yeah.
that's the unit. That's like the Olympic defining sport is like the 100-meter race
yeah.
at the Summer Olympics, and Winter Olympics doesn't have that. What's the defining? Is it the alpine skiing?
Probably.
Is that yeah?
I think of just skiing, snowboarding, all that sort of stuff.
It feels closer to, and I know they have this in the summer games with like skateboarding, but the skiing, like particularly with the tricks and the jumps, feels like X Games.
yeah.
And X Games is great, but it does happen every year.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
And obviously, summer has, as I said, the skateboarding, the BMX was in it, breakdancing, things like that. But yeah, it just feels a million miles away from what I'm capable of
Yeah.
when they're going off ramps and doing spins
yeah.
and tail grabs to win gold medals.
Yeah. Exactly right. No, but it's been good. I think we should savor it though. The Winter Olympics. It's like
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's about halfway done now.
Yeah.
Like, or maybe there's another 10 days or so. But it's exciting.
there
Absolutely.
is something like that. It's good though. Harvey, I'm going to bring some soccer to the podcast.
Soccer.
Yeah.
From you.
From me.
I love it.
European soccer.
Fantastic.
English soccer.
Yes.
English football.
Brilliant.
I'll even call it football. Because it's just been popping up on my algorithm online, whatever, of the viral Man United fan by the name of Frank Illet,
Yep, sure.
something like that, known as the United Strand online. And basically made this, made a vow, I suppose,
Yep.
about a year and a half ago, 18 months ago, when Man United were right in the dumps. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
as they have been for quite a while.
They've been struggling for some time
And he
to
said,
perform at their level, which they want to be up there challenging for the Premier League title.
yeah. And he said, I'm not going to get a haircut until Man United win 5 games in the Premier League in a row. Is it just in the Premier League in a
I
row?
think it's all games.
All games.
All comps. Like, not
Okay.
friendlies, but I think it's all comps. But
Okay.
maybe not.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And now, now he's got a big old afro, like
He
the hair's
does.
coming
What
down.
A mop. Like,
It's a
we've
real
both
mop.
had long hair before.
Yeah.
My hair gets to a point where it stops growing. And
Yeah.
I'm sure I could improve my hair care routine to ensure that it has maximum growth and volume. But it feels like his hair is just it's like magic. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger no matter like I wonder if it will ever stop growing.
Yeah.
It's huge. If you haven't seen it, go check him out because it is. And he's done some good content where he's had it permed and he's done different hairstyles. He's had fun with it. But I sense the reason you're bringing it up is because he's on the verge of getting the chop, right?
Correct. And once again, one of the funny timing things is that Man United play. So they've won 4 games in a row, and now their possibly fifth game in a row is against West Ham. And if you're listening to this, the match may have already happened. 7:15 a.m. Sydney time
Yeah.
on Wednesday morning.
Yeah. So you have to get up early and start the poddy as soon as possible to hear
Ideally,
this part of the poddy before the end of the game.
either way, he may, as you're listening, it may have happened. He may have done enough.
Yeah. Which would
to
be
get
amazing.
the haircut.
If he doesn't know, if they lose, this is like the clock starts again, right? Heartbreak. I don't know if he's been on a 4-game winning streak since he made the vow. Like, has he been this close before? They're on a good run of form. Obviously, West Ham have been struggling this year, but are rebounding a little bit. They're starting to put together a bit of resistance as they really fear getting relegated. So it's not a certainty that they go and win. But my gosh, it's got quite a lot on the line, obviously, for United, but for the United Strand as well.
There you go. So, what happened? You tell us. You there in the future? Harvey, time to wrap up the potty. I mean, one other thing that we didn't really touch on, but we don't really have any clue about the sport, is that the Super Bowl happened.
Oh, yes.
So we can just sort of say that.
The Super Bowl happened. Congratulations. I think
The Seahawks.
Yes, I think the quarterback who won it was sort of written off. I think he's later career. He's not like this hot young guy that's come in and taken the game by storm. He's not a veteran that's always been up there with the best.
Yeah, right.
I think he's somebody who's slowly grown into being a quarterback capable of winning the Super Bowl, and he's delivered finally. So shout out to him and the Seahawks. Halftime show was good. Did you catch it?
Yeah, Bad Bunny. Yeah. It was great.
great.
I loved it.
I love that. The grass in particular. Shout out to all the grasses.
The grass performers.
Have you seen there were humans?
I
There
know.
were people. That was great. I love
know.
that. Yeah.
It was great.
I love that. So we did have stuff to talk about.
I know. There's actually heaps of Super Bowl content there.
We could go on for hours, but we will save you that. The other thing happening on the other side of the world is the Six Nations are underway.
Yes.
That's going to become hotly contested as the sort of games unfold. At the moment, there hasn't been any major upsets, really. France and England look to be the favourites. They both won on the weekend. England winning or retaining the Raeburn Shield, obviously the lineal title in international rugby union men's. They've held it for a little while now. hopefully they can go on, do the Grand Slam, win the Six Nations, defeat everybody in that competition and still hold the Raeburn Shield at the end of it. The players are getting around it. Dave Algie's travelling around.
We've got the physical Raeburn Shield now.
Yeah, it's amazing. It looks good. Go follow the Raeburn Shield on socials. It's amazing to watch the growth. And obviously we've got our own version of lineal titles that we track in rugby league, AFL, and Big Bash, men's and women's competition. All the information is on our website, playingitsimple.com.au. And if you want to be able to keep track week in, week out, when the season's up and running, you can sign up to our free weekly newsletter, the Gazelle Gazette.
Yep.
Links on socials. You can sign up on the website. It's free, comes out every Thursday. And this year, we are adding trivia
As of this week.
As of this week, there's trivia questions. Test yourself. Test your colleagues. We're working on a scoring system that we'll be able to keep track. This week, it's just going to come in so you can sort of answer the questions yourself.
Yeah, and I reckon what we do is next week, in next week's podcast, in the outro bit like this, we just announce the 10 answers to the questions with no context.
Yeah.
There's no context.
Okay.
The only way to know what the questions are is to sign up to the Gazelle Gazette.
Yeah.
But we'll just be here, like, for example, I'll just be here. Okay. Question 1, sunset. Question 2, Equatorial Guinea.
Yes. It's great.
Question 3, 1982. You know what I mean?
1982, great year, great trivia question.
Who knows what the question was?
Aston Villa, when did they win the European Champions Cup? Champions League?
1982.
1982.
See? There you go. But you wouldn't know exactly what the question was unless
But that's always the question and the answer. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sign up. We'll see you next week. Until then, bye.